two famous examples of albino elephants, with a century between them. One notable example is the elephant of Burma. It was captured in the wild in the late 19th century and became a symbol of power and luck in Burma. Eventually, it was gifted to the king of Thailand, where it spent the rest of its retired life at the royal palace. Another example is the albino elephant named Mahdi, born at the Ramat Gan Safari Park in Israel in 1991. Mahdi was considered a medical wonder due to his survival, despite his genetic condition. He's said to have lived for over 2 decades before ultimately passing in 2018. Lobsters, like any other albino animal, have a genetic mutation that affects their melanin production, resulting in no skin and shell coloration. As a result, albino lobsters have a pale pink or white appearance that sets them apart from typical coloration of lobsters. One notable example of an albino lobster is Lucky, caught off the coast of Maine in 2017. This rare albino lobster was estimated to be around 10 years old and was donated to the Maine State Aquarium, where it became a popular attraction. But there's another albino lobster named Snowball. This lobster was caught by fishermen in the North Sea in 2016 in the United Kingdom. Despite its unusual appearance, Snowball was unharmed and released back into the sea. Bats usually rely on the cover of darkness, so you can imagine how challenging it is for an albino bat to survive. When Brian White looked outside his house, he found one in his garden and managed to take a photo of it clinging to the wall. According to various sources, this was the first albino bat spotted in about 30 years. However, others have reported more frequent sightings of albino bats in cave systems. Another white bat is the Honduran white bat, a species found in Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and Colombia. It's a small bat that weighs very little and looks very cute. Don't you think so? Snowdrop the penguin was born at Bristol Zoo Gardens in the United Kingdom in 2002. It was a king penguin that quickly became famous and drew many visitors to the zoo, but unfortunately died in 2004. Another example is an albino penguin discovered on the coast of Argentina in 2020. At the time of discovery, it was the only known albino penguin of its kind. The penguin was rescued by a conservation group and is currently being cared for in a rehabilitation center. Albino penguins face unique challenges in the wild. They can also attract unwanted attention from predators or other penguins, and may struggle to find a mate due to their unusual appearance. Doberman dogs were originally bred in Germany in the late 19th century by a tax collector named Louis Doberman. They were used as guard dogs, police dogs, and military dogs. But have you ever seen an albino Doberman? Albino Dobermans have a controversial history, partly due to concerns about health issues associated with breeding them. In some cases, breeders specializing in albino Dobermans may breed them together to achieve the desired coat color. Despite this controversy, albino Dobermans remain popular among some enthusiasts of the breed due to their unique appearance. However, albino Dobermans are not recognized by national breed registries in some countries, including the United States and Canada. Albino snails can occur in various species, including giant African land snails and some species of terrestrial snails. They may have different dietary needs than snails with normal coloring. Snails with white or light yellow shells may require additional calcium supplements to prevent shell erosion. Experts once discovered an albino species of land snail called Euhadra quasida. These snails have completely white shells and an opaque white body with a pink tint. Another albino snail was also found in New Zealand, which has a pale, almost translucent body. The lack of pigmentation often affects the snail's eyes as well, which appear pale and less developed than those of a snail with normal coloring. It's believed that only 1 in 750,000 raccoons is albino. Due to their lack of pigmentation, albino raccoons are more susceptible to disease and other health issues. Albino raccoons have captured the attention of local communities and animal enthusiasts. In West Knoxville, Tennessee, for example, a family recently shared footage of 2 albino raccoons visiting their backyard. The family referred to the animals as white trash pandas and said that they had never seen such unique raccoons before. In 2017, a baby albino raccoon was rescued by a wildlife rehabilitation center in Texas. This raccoon named Ghost was released back into the wild after several months of care and rehabilitation. Let's hope he's doing well. Albino peacocks are extremely rare, and they are variations of the Indian blue peacock, which is native to South Asia. Here's some interesting facts about albino peacocks. Albino peacocks have completely white feathers and striking blue eyes. Note that only male peacocks are called peacocks, while females are called peahens. Albino peacocks are not well adapted to life in the wild as they are easily noticed by predators, making them vulnerable to attacks. Some albino peacocks are domesticated, and sometimes they're kept as exotic pets. If an albino peacock mates with a partner with a typical coloring, the offspring can inherit the condition and produce more albino birds. Recently, a rare albino Indian flapshell turtle was discovered in Telangana, South India. According to local reports, the turtle was found in a village pond and later handed over to a conservation group. They occur in various types of water bodies and are characterized by the absence of melanin pigments in their skin, eyes, and scales. Albino turtles require special care compared to turtles with normal pigmentation. For example, they are more susceptible to sunburn and skin damage, as they lack the protective pigmentation of regular turtles. Albino turtles should also be housed in dark and cool environments to remain comfortable with UVB lighting that can stimulate a consistent day and night cycle. Albino white deer are a genetic variant of white-tailed deer species. Like other albino animals, they lack melanin pigments in their fur, and their eyes have a pink or red color. They're extremely rare, and estimates suggest that less than 0.1% of white-tailed deer population is albino. A famous example of an albino deer is the Seneca white deer, a rare herd of white-tailed deer that lives around the former Seneca Army Depot in northern New York. The Seneca white deer have a unique genetic characteristic that gives them a pure white coat. The herd has now become a protected species and is a popular attraction in the region. Albino tigers are a rare and unique variant of the Bengal tiger species. They're extremely rare, and it's estimated that there's only a few dozen albino tigers in the wild today. The rarity and beauty of these animals have made them a popular attraction in zoos and nature conservation areas around the world. A famous albino tiger is Mohini, a Bengal tiger that was rescued from the wild in 1951. Mohini lived in the Alipore Zoological Gardens in India until her death in 1968. She was considered one of the most beautiful tigers of all time and often drew attention in the zoo. Her preserved body is now on display at the National Zoological Park in New Delhi, India. Meet Migaloo, a rare albino humpback whale that was first spotted off the coast of Australia in 1991. The name Migaloo means white fella in some Australian Aboriginal languages. There's only a few known albino humpback whales in the world, and Migaloo is one of the most famous. Migaloo made headlines again in 2011 when it was believed that he had fathered not one, but two albino humpback whale calves. Both calves were seen swimming alongside their mother in different parts of the ocean, leading scientists to speculate that Migaloo is likely their father. Have you ever encountered an animal with albinism? Let me know in the comments.